Hi everyone. Thanks so much for being here at the party. As you can tell, it is not nighttime here. It is the middle of the day. I decided to try to go ahead and get this video done before my family arrives. I've got some family members coming in for the weekend and looking forward to that as well as to the rest of this launch party. First, let me say thank you so much for being here. I feel so blessed to have so many wonderful friends on Facebook and other places throughout cyberspace, and I'm so glad you could come to the party tonight for A Bridge Unbroken. By far, the question I get asked the most whenever I release a new book is, what's the story behind the story? In other words, where did you get the inspiration for this story? Well, on A Bridge Unbroken, as is usually the case with my books, I try to start with a spiritual theme, and usually the theme is based on something that I'm going through. And as I started praying about this book and what God wanted me to tell as far as a story, I felt like it was supposed to be a story of forgiveness, which I balked at because sometimes, quite frankly, I have trouble forgiving other people. And I know as Christians, it's not an option or a suggestion. It's something we do out of obedience to Christ, but I still struggle with it from time to time. So I knew from the beginning of writing the story that the spiritual theme would be one of forgiveness. Another aspect of the story that kind of came from my own personal life is the renovation theme that goes on throughout the story, which I thought fit in perfectly well with a story about forgiveness. My husband and I, about a year ago, moved to northern New Mexico, and we, as usually is the case, we bought another fixer-upper. This one is the fixer-upper of all fixer-uppers. We've gotten quite a bit done on it, but we still have more to go. And I just decided I was going to get as much mileage out of the process of writing a story about renovation as possible. And then another part of the story that very much goes along with my real life is the fact that the main character, Dakota, is a writer. Right after we moved here, our house is in a remote location, and it took several months for us to get internet access. I tried the best I could in a weekly trip to McDonald's to catch up on things, but it was not enough, and as a result, my previous efforts at using writing as a career were starting to tank because I wasn't online as much as I had been in the past. And so I could definitely relate to Dakota in this story, trying to renovate a house and write at the same time. The two are mutually exclusive, or that it was my experience anyway. So that kind of gives you an idea behind the story, or how I got the idea for the story. And I'm glad you're here again, and let's party on. Thanks.